What's up? Yuda again here, another episode of Should I Buy It? This time we're talking about a very cool special synth called DS Tone, created by Dimitri Schwess, I don't know how to say it, DS. So this is a very cool synth. It's a spectral, based on spectral synthesis, so you get control over all the harmonics. So let's check it out. Let's see what's good about it, what's not. Should I buy it? Should you buy it? Let's see. First thing, I want to say that if you go to the preferences here, one thing I loved immediately is that you can enable preset switching with keyboard. Yes, amazing. So you can just hit the left and right arrow keys and just go through presets. So awesome stuff. Let me go back to the default. Excellent. So this is a spectral, based on spectral synthesis, meaning you get access to all the harmonics. So right here we have 3 oscillators. All of them are identical. And the first oscillator here, we can load a bunch of different shapes that comes with a good amount, not too much, but good amount. But then let's say we're going with the sawtooth. We can click on this waveform display and actually go to the editor, which gives us access to this spectral synthesis, to all the different harmonics. So you can change that. You can even change the phase of them underneath. And right here in the draw mode, you can only draw the odd harmonics, the even, or even this a collection of organ harmonics, which are specific ones according to the series. So very cool stuff to kind of create your own tones, which is very cool. And right here, you can even access all the ones that they have in the library, so you can see what's actually going on inside of them and edit them if you need. You can even change the scale here to zoom in even closer to get access to fewer harmonics. So that's very cool stuff, and it does allow the synth to be a bit different from all the classic, subtractive and the new school wavetables, although it doesn't have a position here, so it does have windows or frames, wavetable features. So super awesome stuff. On the top, of course, we have the classic tuning, octave, semitones, up to 8 voices, unison per oscillator. You can also detune between them. And you can also spread the voices to the left and right to make it much wider, which is awesome. So I kind of like that. That's great. We have a built-in sub-oscillator on each oscillator, which is awesome. And 3 different shapes for the sub. I do find the sub 1 to be the fattest. Here we got some effects, some wave shaping effects, which are super awesome. I love them. They're really great. Phaser. We got Screamer. And a lot of other ones, which are really great stuff. Nice panning volume, of course, for the oscillator. You can route it to filter 1, filter 2, or both of them in parallel, which is great. The triggering of the LFO of the oscillators gate, so you get more of, let's say, unison, so you get more of that laser-ish type of sound. Let's say detune, right? Kind of old school Reese basses, and random if you want to create those super saw big chord sounds. So and we have a built-in vibrato. It's just an extra LFO. You can access it from below right here. So extra LFO, already built-in vibrato. Phase, the beginning. Now, one thing I would say already about the synth, and we'll see that nothing is visualized. Like if we modulate anything with an envelope or LFO, I wish the oscillator effects would be visualized in the waveform display. It's kind of expected with modern synthesizers. So I hope they will update it. Dimitri, I hope you update it soon, so we can see some more visualization of the modulation and the oscillators and the waveforms and everything. So the oscillators are awesome because they're based on the spectral synthesis, something slightly different than what we regularly see in all the Massive X, Seroms, Wavetable, all the new ones. Here we got the noise generator, which is awesome because it comes with a lot of great sounds, and you can even import your own. So that I love. It's really great. Let's bring it up. And you can change the pitch. Oh, not on white noise. Let's just do like a hiss or something. You can offset the starting point, You can loop it or turn off the loop for more percussive material. If you just want a click at the beginning of the sound to emphasize the transient, also can be routed to filter 1, filter 2. So noise, also great addition. Harmonic filter, very interesting because they can do this spectral synthesis. They have control over each harmonic, and this is an extra stage to further shape all these harmonics. So it does come with a lot of presets, and we can use the shape here. We can also use the balance to add more high frequencies or low frequencies. So kind of it's an extra shaper tool called the harmonic filter for all the harmonics. And even here you can go in and edit this harmonic filter, which is super dope. Excellent stuff here. So on top of that, let's turn it off. On top of that, of course, we have the regular filter, which is great. Right, we have a few different types of filter circuits: clean, dirty, fat, another fat for 24 dB per octave, and a few special ones like a hypercomb. Give us those vowel sounds. So really great stuff. Drive. You can link both filters, and you can even have a filter 2 behave in series. So filter 1 goes to filter 2. And then you have 2 filters in series to do all sorts of shaping. So filter section is great, simple to use, very great. I love this limiter here. This built-in limiter is amazing. You can turn it off if you want, but you can get very loud with the limiter. So really great stuff. Now, if you do get some clicks from all the synthesis, you do have a button here called declick, which will smoother out the attacks. Kind of add a few milliseconds to them. So that's a great addition. Love that. Of course, on top here we have the general tuning, voices, how many voices, up to 16, poly, mono mode, legato mode, all those regular controls. Nice. So the limiter, awesome addition. You can boost it, you can even low cut if there's too much lows. Right here on the bottom, we have the modulation section, which again, everything about this synth is very simple to use, which is great, very accessible, really great for beginners, synthesizer, sound designers, but it's very capable as well, but it does have a few limitations. So amp envelope and 2 other auxiliary or modulation envelopes, and you can just drag it to anywhere you want. So let's say I want to filter, drag it here, then I get this orange line indicating the amount of modulation and the range. I can just hold command or control and just drag it up, drag it down, similar to other synths, how much I want the actual modulation. Let's go down. You can have the envelopes to be key tracking or velocity tracking, which is great to add some more expression, more versatility to the patches. So those are the modulation. Now, you can also right-click on anything, and this goes to anything, which is amazing. Like even ridiculous stuff that I'm sure why, but the amount of voices you can modulate, the poly mode you can modulate, everything that you see on the screen can be routed to an envelope LFO, expression controls, whatever that may be. So that is definitely an amazing capability of this synth, that everything that you see on the screen can be modulated, which is great. Not many synths that I know, some synths just have controls that are just not accessible to modulators. Down here we have the LFOs, 2 LFOs, which are regular LFOs. The one thing I don't get is why I can't do free running LFO. Why I just couldn't understand how to do it. So if anyone knows, let me know. I just couldn't find the option to have the LFO not getting re-triggered with every key. So that's kind of weird. So 2 LFOs. Here's the vibrato LFO. It's built into all the oscillators, so you can adjust the rate, the fade in, and how much velocity is affecting that. So really great stuff. Again, everything here can be modulated. So that's great. We have a multi-stage envelope generator. We have 2 of them. So those are also great because you can really create some cool sequences here. You can add a curve as well. So really good stuff. Love that. Just kind of a custom LFO shape that you can do whatever you want with. And it comes with a lot of different presets as well. So get you going to do whatever you want. Let's map it to like filter 2, bring it up with the command or control. And let's actually bring up, let's make it like so that's too fast. Let's slow it down. So cool stuff with the multi-stage envelope generator, and that's essentially all the modulators that you have: 3 envelopes, 2 LFOs, and 2 multi-stage envelope generators. Now, right here in the middle, we have some really awesome stuff. First of all, we have this glitch sequencer. Let me go back to the default preset. Glitch sequencer, so let's turn it on. We're gonna start see it running, and here we can have, on each step, we can have repetitions. And let's make the envelope a bit shorter so we can hear it. We have low pass filter, high pass filter, beat crusher, sample rate, and gate. It does come with a bunch of presets here. So instantly you can make some really cool sequences with this glitch sequencer. Really great stuff, and you can even have a mix knob, and you can even put it before the effects, okay? Because by default it's after the effects. So glitch sequencer, amazing addition. I saw it on another synth. We'll talk about we'll do a video about in the future. But I love these options to have this sequencing of effects that usually we need another plugin for. So it's built in the synth. Arpeggiator, which is quite simple to use. I love the layout of it. It's great. You can tie notes together, gate them. You can shrink down the amount of steps, so now it's only 4 steps. But one thing I didn't see here is how to latch the arpeggiator, meaning you turn on the latch and then you just hold a chord or a button or a note, and you don't have to hold it anymore, so you can focus on the sound design. Where's the latch? Dimitri. That's just kind of strange. Here we got the effects, which are very nicely laid out. You can reorganize them, and whenever you click on them, they do jump, so you'll see it on the left. That's going to be the left one. So really great chain of effects. Each one comes with a bunch of presets, which is also very useful, and the effects are great. They're good. Nothing too much to say about them, but it's nice to have them laid out in such a way that you can rearrange them. You can see all of them at once. Once you click on it, it jumps to that. So that's great. And of course, here we have the modulation matrix, which has 3 separate windows, each window with 9. So it's quite a lot of modulations you can do. And there's access, of course, to all the different modulators and the expression controls. You can even do 2 of them, so they affect each other, like mod wheel for the vibrato and all those type of things. And again, you have access to everything, which is quite amazing. So overall, really amazing synth. Let's go through some presets actually so we can hear it. Let's check it out. Whoa. Let's tie some sequences. Let's tie some sequences here. Whoa. And again, I'm going to change the presets for my keyboard. Such an amazing feature. Let's look at the glitch sequencer. So as you can hear, the sounds are definitely more accommodating to EDM music, but this synth is very capable for most sounds. We even can see here from the factory library EDM Essentials. So it does aimed more for EDM, but really great stuff. You can even change the size of the UI, and you can scale it. So love it. Really great stuff. Now, although it has some places for improvement, synthesizer, it's easy to use and sounds amazing and great for EDM producers. So I'll just go over my list of cons, pros and cons. So pro, I love that you can enable preset switching from keyboard. Great stuff. Spectral synthesis, great addition instead of the classic wavetable and stuff. So it's very interesting. Although modulation is not visualized, you can map anything you want, which is some things are unclear why you want to map them, but that gives you room for experimentation. So that's really great. The limiter, I love this addition of the limiter because you can make things very loud, extremely loud, and making sure they're just clipped at the end when they reach 0. A glitch sequencer is an awesome addition, especially if you're looking for those weird glitchy sequences. And the oscillator effects also, I love them. They're really great. I wish they were visualized, but we can use our ears. Oh, God forbid. 2020, we need to use our ears. Anyway, cons. No latch on arpeggiator, that's weird. No visualization of the oscillator effects or modulation. No randomization for the arpeggiator also would be nice to just randomize it. Why can't we randomize it? It's a very common feature in today's synthesizers. No macros, which is also somewhat odd, because macros just do quick access for non-sound designers, just to be able to load presets and change the sound. So weird there's no macros. LFO can't be free running, or I'm missing something, or it just can't be free running, which is weird. And preset categories can be a bit expanded. There's only bass, lead, pad, and sequencer, so they could have worked a bit more on the presets, but the presets that do come with it really show the potential of the synthesizer. So this is from Plugin Alliance. It's developed by Dimitri Shes, but you can purchase it from Plugin Alliance. Overall, I love this synth because it's very straightforward, very capable, very powerful, and the spectral synthesis is really cool. So if you're looking for kind of a new synth that is slightly different, easy to use, this is great. One more thing I will add that was kind of weird. If you take your buffer size higher, the knobs lag, like meaning you change them and it only changes after a few seconds because the buffer size is higher. I'm assuming because of the spectral synthesis processing, but that was just weird. So I am on a low buffer size right now, but if you do need to take it up because you have a big project, the synth will lag, at least with the controls when you change them, which is very odd. So overall, really great. Check out the blog post for more info. We did give it 8.5 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, which is good. It's a great synth. If you're looking for a new toy, highly recommend. And I don't think it's too expensive as well. So check out DS Tone, and we'll catch you next time.